Hello and welcome to Better Job Costing with Sage. My name is Leslie Shiner and I just want to spend a few moments with you to discuss how you can achieve better job costing for improved profitability in your business. I'll show you how you can use a Sage product such as Sage Timberline Office or Sage Master Builder to improve your job costing process and get more accurate and valuable job cost reports to better manage your jobs. In today's difficult economic times, many contractors are feeling the pinch. Margins are shrinking and pricing the job just right can be difficult. You need to make sure that the income from your jobs will not only cover your job costs, but also cover your overhead needed to produce those jobs. And then you still want to have money left over to make a profit. And one way to do this is to control the costs of every job from the beginning. But in order to control the costs, you need to know how much each job is costing you. Job costing is one of those things you know you should be doing, but don't always have the time to do it. And besides, don't you really know the job costs in your head? At least pretty much have a rough idea of how much something costs? But how many times have you finished a job only to discover that it cost more than you thought? By using Sage Construction software, you can not only get better job costing, but you can be confident that your numbers are right. Let's look at a fundamental job cost report. The first thing is to compare your estimated costs to your actual costs. But you need to do two things. First, you need to be able to revise the budget whenever there are change orders. And second, you need to be able to have job costs that are accurate and include all the costs of running a job. The key to accurate job costing is to clearly define which costs belong to jobs and which costs are part of your overhead. Job-related costs go above the line, which are included in your direct costs or cost of goods sold. And all overhead costs go below the line, your indirect costs. You may be using off-the-shelf software to do your accounting, and it might even do some job costing. But without a consistent rule that says all job-related costs go above the line and all overhead costs go below the line, you may not be able to clearly track the gross margin of your jobs. I've seen many contractor financial statements where all labor is sitting below the line in the overhead range. So while you may be job costing materials, if you're not job costing labor, the job costing reporting is useless. Labor has the most risk on jobs. It also has the highest hidden costs. So using a software product that can easily automate the process of translating the information from the time cards to the job costs can be a great benefit to your company. Sage understands the importance of knowing how much it actually costs to put an employee in the field. For example, let's look at a time card. Notice that even though we paid Bill $800 in gross wages, the total cost is more than $1,500. This includes actual burdens for payroll taxes, workers' compensation, health insurance, vacation, and other costs of putting an employee in the field. So even though we pay Bill $20 per hour, it actually costs us $37.50. We need the ability to have our software track all these costs if we want to see accurate job cost reports. So, while the first 8 hours at $20 per hour show a gross wage of $160, the total amount that will be job costed is $305.12. Imagine the benefits of being able to automatically track a fully burdened job cost rate to each job and know how much those jobs cost. If you do T&M work, an accurate, fully burdened wage rate can help you price accordingly. So while some of the off-the-shelf products say they job cost, do they truly track all the costs of the job? Do they really help you know how much money you're spending for each employee? Another point to this time card is that we have the option of coding productive time to each job and non-productive time that's not associated with any job. In this example, Bill worked on 2 different jobs, but he also attended a safety meeting. So out of the 40 hours we paid him, he only had 39 hours that should be job costed and 1 hour that should be considered overhead. Therefore, while most of these costs will show above the line in the profit and loss statement in the cost of goods sold section, The costs associated with the safety meeting will show below the line in overhead. And the system not only splits out the gross wages, but even the burden associated with each hour. Therefore, when we need to know both our job costs for better job cost reporting, but also our overhead for better management and pricing, we have accurate financial statements that help us manage our company. Can your system split out time like this? Now that we have accurate job costing for labor as well as materials, we can better manage our job with simple job cost reports. Here's an example of a job labor total that not only shows costs by line item, but also hours by line item as well. Then, as the job progresses, you can integrate change orders, subcontracts, and purchase orders to get a committed cost report. You decide which report works best for you, but you know that each report provides an accurate, up-to-date, reliable job cost information that helps you manage the jobs to stay on track. Now that you have an easy system to see accurate job costs, don't forget to create a review process. You want to look at any items that are over budget and compare the percent that you've spent of the budget to the actual percentage that you've completed of that phase or that job. But don't forget to also look at positive variances as well. Just because you come in under budget doesn't mean that you made extra money. It may actually mean that you haven't been billed by a sub yet, or the item was miscoded, or you need to create a change order. Now is the time to take action. This economy is tough, and your processes and procedures must be as efficient and streamlined as possible. There just isn't any more room for going over budget. By using Sage software to eliminate duplicate entry, your job cost reports should be available at the push of a button. You can be efficient with your time and use the job cost reports to hold your crew accountable. Invest in your own company. Stop making costly mistakes and streamline your process so that when the economy turns around, you have the right process in place and you're ready to take advantage of opportunities that come your way. The demonstration you viewed today is designed generically. However, the software is successfully being used in a variety of construction verticals such as residential, commercial, specialty contractors, and real estate developers. Once you reviewed the demo, an industry expert will be available to work with you to better understand your specific needs. I thank you for your time and interest.